So welcome, let me click out of that. Welcome to crafting, craft night. So we're going to make these fun color changing tumblers that have the color blocked conversation hearts. And I'm going to share with you guys how you can make these, customize them, and apply them to the tumblers. And then if we have some time left after we do that, I'll show you a couple other projects that you can do with some of your leftover vinyl. And if you have like another tumbler or anything that you want to decorate, I'll show you some other ideas. So we've got some green, blue, purple. Looks like we've got all of the colors of cups. And Kansas, Alabama. I'm in Texas, and we've got, let's see, Orlando. Got everybody coming in here. I'm so excited to be crafting with you guys. So I am going to be using my Cricut Joy for this project just because it's small and it's really portable and easy to use, but you can use any sort of vinyl cutting machine that you have and that you're familiar with. I like the Cricut Joy because it's so small, and this project is just a tiny one that it works perfectly for it. I don't need the big machine to do that. Oops, sorry, that was the machine. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen and kind of showing you how I do the design for the heart, as well as the words that are gonna be on there. And then we will do the cutting and the application onto the tumblers. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen right now so that we can start the design. All right. So I already have some hearts here. But if you are in the Cricut design space, they have handy shapes that you can just choose from, and heart is one of them. So I just clicked that heart to begin. And then I'm going to size that to the size that I need for my tumbler. So to do this, I just kind of looked at my tumbler and used a ruler to kind of see how big I wanted the heart to be on there. This is really a preference. If you want a really giant heart or a really tiny, a bunch of tiny ones, you can adjust this as needed. But I went with a 2.5-inch wide heart. So I just pulled this little arrow until that number at the top is roughly 2.5. You can also adjust it here if you want to get that perfectly at 2.5, but there's no need for perfection. Let me just erase these real quick. All right. So then I'm going to move this to the origin. And then in the shapes section, there's also a line. And so I'm just going to pull that out. And this will help us cut that heart in half so that we can create the color blocking heart with the two different colors of vinyl. So I'm just reducing it to just completely cut right down the middle of that heart. So I will let you guys do that yourself. I'll give you a little bit of time to put that heart, pull up your design space, and get that line. Now, if you don't have a vinyl cutting machine and you still want to do this project, a heart is a fairly simple shape. So you can either print out a heart and trace it onto the back of your paper, or and then cut it out with scissors, or you can just fold that vinyl in half and cut out a heart shape like the old school way. And I'll show you that technique here in a second once we've cut our hearts with the vinyl cutter. The difficult part would be the conversation part. So you could do the color blocking hearts without the vinyl cutter, but you really need that vinyl cutter for the words that would go on it. Just makes it a lot easier than trying to do that yourself. Okay, so once you have your heart, you're going to go ahead and put a little piece of vinyl onto your cutting mat. For this one, I'm going to start with the red and pink color block heart. But again, whatever colors you choose for your project is up to you. This is where you use your creativity and find a project, find the colors that you like that speak to you. I like the red and the pink together, so that's what I'm going with. And now I'm going to load my cutting mat here just gently. Again, I made sure that my vinyl was at least 2.5 inches, and I kind of went to 3 just so that it had a little bit of extra space, so that I knew that heart would fully fit on there. Oh yeah, we had, what colors are you guys going to be using for your hearts? let me know in the comments so we can see what kind of color combos people have going. I like this black, white, and gold. That's going to be really classy and cool. Oh, another black, white, and red. Nice. All right. So if you use the Cricut Maker, Cricut Joy before, once you have your design, you're just going to send it to cut. So I'm going to share my screen while I do that and get that cut started for you guys. So I like to select it and attach it to my canvas, and then go ahead and hit make it. I select on the mat for any material because this is the Cricut Joy, so they have the smart materials that you can use as well, and make sure that that's positioned where I want it. Sorry, I'm having to move. Okay, and then next, and it'll Bluetooth. Here, browse all materials. I like to just choose premium vinyl. It gives me a good clean cut. So, okay, sorry. I need to shrink my screen zoom, there we go. All right, and so now with the Joy, you're just going to slide in your mat. It'll calibrate it, and then you can start to cut. All right, it's ready to go. And so I hit go, and it will do that cut pretty quickly for us. All right. Okay, and then just unload your mat, and I will come back here. All right, so it just cut that heart pretty quickly. And I'm just gonna peel off the vinyl piece from the mat. Okay, so now at this point, you're going to peel away the negative to reveal that heart. And now this heart is cut in half. So what I did was I have the red that was already cut and the pink, and I'm just going to, now you can use transfer paper to do this, but since this is a fairly simple design, I just didn't do it by hand. So I'm gonna put the red here, and I'm gonna take the pink, and I'm just gonna line it up with this red heart. Now, if you're somebody that's like, oh, I need the transfer, I'll show you in just a second how you can do the transfer paper. Okay, so as you can see, I just lined that up, and now I have my color blocked heart. Okay, so if you need that transfer paper, let me get that. I recommend just cutting a small section that's the size that you need. It's easier to work with than a large piece. And you're going to peel away the backing. So to reveal that sticky part. And then you can, let's see if I can do this. Collect 1/2 of the heart on that paper. And then you can use this to kind of line it up visually with that other half. And then you can collect that other second half of the heart. So that's another option for making that color blocked heart. So now we have two, they're opposite, but you can use one for the front of the tumbler, one for the back of the tumbler. Then you're just going to peel away the backing, and now we'll have the sticky vinyl. So I'm going to go ahead, let's see, I have it on the blue tumbler. I'm just going to line it up where I want it to go and press it down. Now, if you have a little squeegee tool, you can use that to kind of make sure there's no air bubbles and get a really good application of that heart onto your tumbler. And then just go ahead and peel away that transfer paper. And so there you have your heart, color blocked heart on your tumbler. So not too difficult. I'll take this time to kind of share with you how you can create these without the Cricut in case you're curious, or I mean, Silhouette or Cricut, any vinyl cutting machine will work. But you're just gonna want to cut a piece of vinyl, and then you can fold it in half and use this to cut out your heart shape, just like you would out of construction paper. If you're not good at cutting free form hearts, you can always trace a heart that you print out from the printer. And so now that line that we just folded in half, that's where you will cut it down the middle. And so now you have your two pieces, and then you'll just use one of these. And you can hold it and trace it to cut out the other half of the heart. Now, as you can see, I'm doing it where the vinyl, so that when it folds up, it's the correct side. Let me turn it around.
So Dee is wondering, she missed how you cut down the middle of the heart.
With the vinyl, with the machine? And let me.
Yeah, probably in the program.
In the program, there, I added a line down the middle of the heart. Let me show you real quick. Share the screen. Okay, let's see. So there's a line. Sorry, let me unattach that. There's a line right here in the shapes. The shapes, there's a line. And so I just added that line, and then I put it right down the middle of the heart. And then that just cuts the line and cuts that heart in half for you. Oops. Is that?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So then for the hand cutting version, yeah, just trace that, just cut that heart. It would be easier if I had a pen that I could trace it to cut, but I'll just hold it in place and cut that. Okay, so then we have our two pieces, and you'll just peel these off like a sticker and place them on your tumbler directly. So that's another option for if you don't have the machine, but you still want to get that color block look. It just takes a little bit longer, but it's not too bad since it's a simple shape like a heart. If you're trying to do a star or something more complex like the conversation heart letters, that would be a different story. But this way you can just kind of peel it off and place it where you want it to go. So that is an alternative option. So hopefully by this time you guys have your hearts and have applied the color blocking hearts to your tumblers. And we can go ahead and figure out what we want our conversation hearts to say. Now these could be, if you're making this for somebody, you could have their name on it, maybe a nickname or something silly that they would like. Or you can stick with just traditional conversation heart type phrases, maybe a monogram. It's really kind of up to you and what you want to do. So now I'm going to, okay, so somebody had a question really quick. With the Cricut, after you cut the heart in half, how do you put them together? So that's what so if you need to replay, the video afterwards will be on Michael's site as well as on their YouTube channel. So you can always go back and rewatch, but I just pulled off the heart from, like it was on here, and I just pulled it off like a sticker, and I just placed it next to the other one. Again, because this is such a simple design, you don't really need to use the transfer paper, but if you want to, you can use a piece of transfer paper to get one side of the heart and kind of visually line it up before you stick it down. So hopefully that helps with the color blocking heart. And then another question, let's see. What words? So for mine, I just stuck with traditional. I have kiss me, XOXO, but you can customize the words on your hearts however you want, and I'll show you how to create those words in the Cricut design space. And then the permanent vinyl, what do I pick on Cricut? I like the premium vinyl setting for Cricut. for the sizer vinyl. So I would just choose premium vinyl and it'll give you a good cut and it'll cut through and not too deep. All right. So hopefully that answered everyone's questions. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again to show you how to create the words for your Tumbler. So again, I'm doing all of this in the design space, so you don't have to have another design program or anything to create these. So I'm just going to delete this heart, and now I'm going to go to the text. I'm going to select text, and I'm going to add whatever. Let's see, I'm going to add my name. So this one I will have customized to my name. So you can type whatever word you want there. And then you could go ahead and pick your font here. This is one Cubano that I used for my Tumblers because I felt like it looked the most like the blocky conversation heart lettering. But if you want something that's more cursive or whatever, this is, again, another where you can interject your creativity and your the look that stands out to you for this project. Okay, so I'm going to stick with this one. Again, I bring it to the origin here, and then I will hit make it. Oh, sorry, let me hit done. Let me go back real quick. Sizing, you just need to make sure that you size it to your Tumbler. So you can get out a ruler and just kind of figure out like, okay, this word, I need it to be at least, you know, like for mine, I want it to be no more than 1.5 inches so that it fits in my 2.5 inch heart. But depending on what size you made your heart, just get the ruler and you want to make sure that it centers in that heart shape, whatever your word is. So for mine, I'm going to bring this down and I'm going to go to 1.5 inches. And you can see here, the ruler guide here just kind of makes it easy to visualize that. You can also go in here and size it exact if you want. Let's see if there's any questions on that. No, okay. So now we can make it. And I will select on the mat because I'm using the Sizer PSV vinyl on my mat. And I'm going to get my white vinyl and press that down in there. And again, the squeegee helps once you've used your mat several times to really get a good bond and grip there. My mat is getting less sticky. Okay, so I'll do that and then I'll hit continue. And again, here I'm going to hit browse all materials and scroll down to the vinyl section and click premium vinyl. Hit done. And then it'll tell me to load in my mat. So I just press it and it'll pull it right in to start the cut. Hold on 1 second. All right. Let me go over here to hit go. Okay. Should go. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now, now it's going to be cutting out my words for me. This vinyl, it is a, it should last a long time. Now I wouldn't recommend putting these in the dishwasher. I would definitely hand wash the tumblers, but it should last the life of your cup and how long you want to use it. So let me unload that. Okay, and so it just unloaded. And now I will remove this. And since I don't want to waste all of this vinyl, I'm just going to cut right below where the word was here. And I'm going to peel back the negative vinyl, basically the waste that I don't need so that I can reveal those words. There we go. And I'm going to, if you have a little tool, you can use that to get out the inside part. I just bend the vinyl usually and pull that out with my nails, but you can use the little picker tool that they sell at Michael's to get that out easier. There we go. Okay, so now this is gonna be a little bit hard to see, but I'm gonna try to hold up here. You can see Cara, my name. And then I'm going to take that piece of transfer tape and put it right over the word. use that squeegee to rub it and get it really attached. If you don't have a squeegee, a credit card works great. Any sort of hard surface, spatula, something like that, that you can rub over there. So now I have my name on it, and I will just go ahead and use this to kind of hold it with both hands over the heart and center it where I want it, and then press it down, adhere it to that heart, and then peel it back. And then I have my customized tumbler. Again, so any phrase that you want, somebody's name, too cute, kiss me, love, any of these, I mean, whatever you can think up, you can put just in that text field in the design space and cut it out with your Cricut. And then you just want to make sure that the sizing will fit on your heart. Okay. Yes, there was one question about attaching the line to the heart. Yes, I like to select the whole design before I cut it and click attach. That way it's all exactly how I have it laid out in the design space when it goes to cut the shapes, instead of it, because what will happen is it tends to spread out everything if you don't do the attach or weld function. Okay. So that's it for the tumbler, but since we have a little bit more time, I'll show you a few other options that you can do. So I'm going to cut off this big heart. And one other option would be to create a pattern of a bunch of different little color blocked hearts. So I already have the red. I'm going to go ahead, I might actually, now you can just choose like one color or you can do multiple. I'm going to do multiple cuts with several different colors to put on my tumbler. And I'm just going to create a whole bunch of little half hearts that I can use to create a cute pattern on my tumbler instead. Or you can do this in addition to the big heart. Maybe the big heart has the personalization and these little ones just have the pattern to add to that. So I'll go ahead and share my screen one more time and kind of show you how I do that. It's really just the same process. So I will get rid of this and we'll go back and we'll just put the heart on there. And I'm just going to do smaller ones this time though. I'm going to do inch size hearts. Now you can make these all the same size, or you can do some small ones and some big ones and kind of vary the size of the pattern as well. Now I'm just copying and pasting a bunch of these hearts so that I have several to cut. And I will put them here. And now I'm going to copy all of these. And since I put 2 different colors of vinyl on my sheet, I did 3 inches of the teal vinyl and then 3 inches of the pink. So I'm going to move these hearts down just below that 3-inch line so that I can have, these will be the teal and these will be the pink, and they will all cut at once. And I should have done the lines first, but I'll just do a line all the way through. There we go. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Hold on. Go back. Let me do the lines so that I can just copy and paste those lines and I don't have to do a line on every single one and line that up. All right. Now, I will paste all of these back. Okay, so all of these hearts have that line in the middle. You're welcome to group that together if you want. I just make sure that I select all of them. I'll pull these again down below the 3-inch where my pink vinyl is. Now I'm going to select everything here and click attach. And then I will hit make it. Okay, let me hit make it, and then I will answer some of these questions that we have going on here. So I'm going to do the mat, continue. So I'll go ahead and select premium vinyl again. Now, if you're using a glitter vinyl or a holographic vinyl, go ahead and select that setting. But since we're just using the solid color here, I'm just selecting premium vinyl. All right. Okay, I'm gonna hit go, and then I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions while this is cutting. So let me go back to, here we go. So we had, can we add the name or heart to the heart before printing, or no, because it's layered? Yeah, you would want to, it's layered. So if you want that different color on top of the heart, I would definitely do it after, like we did. Now, if you're wanting it to be a cutout so that you can actually see the tumbler through the vinyl, you can add that word on top of the heart in the design space before you cut, and it'll cut these letters out of that heart shape. So that will actually be like a negative space, and you can see the tumbler through where the letters are versus having that separate color on top. So that was that question. Anything to use to protect the vinyl on my tumbler? No, the vinyl is sealed. It can be washed. It can be soapy. It's not going to peel off. So it's actually ready to go, and you can just clean the tumbler, you know, with your first use from Michael's. You might want to clean it out before you start using it, but it's ready to go and ready to use. So there's nothing that you need to do to seal it or anything like that. And then so the letters are going to be really difficult if you don't have a vinyl cutting machine. Let me unload this real quick. Okay. So if you don't have a vinyl cutting machine, the best thing I could recommend would be to print out the letters on a piece of paper and then lay it over your vinyl and use an X-Acto knife to trace those letters and cut it out of the paper and the vinyl at the same time with an X-Acto knife. It may not look the best, depends on how skilled you are with the X-Acto knife, but it's gonna be a little bit difficult if you don't have a vinyl cutting machine to do the lettering. Now you can maybe just do like AK or, you know, one letter for a monogram or something, so that you're not trying to do an entire word. Okay, let's see. How much? So this I have is the Cricut Joy. It's just a tiny, I mean, if you can see here, it's really, really tiny. It Bluetooths to your phone or the computer. So you don't have to have any cords connecting it to those. And you can actually do it through, I think, even an iPad, phone, computer, any of those. So if you want something just portable and tiny, this works really well. You can use the mat. You can also use the Cricut Smart Vinyl, which is on a backing that can just be fed directly into the machine, and it can cut up to 4 feet in length. So it's really good for small projects, but really long ones as well. So now I'm just removing the negative space from this. Somebody is asking about the cost of the Cricut. The pricing just depends on what model you get. I have the Cricut Maker as well as the Cricut Joy. I don't know the current pricing on that, but you can always go to michaels.com and look up Cricut and see what the costs are for the different models. Sorry, I'm just gonna read. Somebody else said, I'm gonna give you an idea of what it looked like. Okay, yeah, somebody was just saying that you can do the lettering and the heart and size it all correctly on Cricut and then move the lettering out of the way to cut the heart and then the lettering separately, which is another option. Okay, so for these little ones, we're basically just gonna do the same process. And remove the negative and then create little color blocked hearts that we can then place all over our tumbler. So I'm definitely a free form crafter. I just kind of like fly by the seat of my pants. I know a lot of people like to have more plans and have everything planned out. So if that is you, you know, you're welcome to do it differently or the way that you learned to craft. I kind of just, I know I had somebody comment once, they're like, I can't believe that you're doing that without transfer tape. I'm like, I just do that all the time. I don't use transfer tape. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut out these hearts so that I can get individual ones and not get the other pieces. So I'm gonna create a whole bunch of little hearts here. And then I'm going to peel off one side and replace it with one of the pink ones. Again, if you want to use transfer tape, go ahead and cut a small little piece to help you do that. But they're pretty simple and pretty easy that you can just do with your hand. It's just like a sticker. So now you've created some little stickers, and then you can use the transfer tape to pull up that color blocked heart and place it around your tumbler. So let me get a couple more made real quick, and then I'll show you how to put this on. Okay, so now we have several little color blocked hearts. I'm going to take that same piece of transfer tape I was using earlier, rub it on the top of that vinyl, peel away the backing. Now that pink one doesn't want to go. This pink one does not want to come off. There we go. Okay, so now I have my little heart, and I'm just, actually, I'm going to do it on, no, I'll do it on this one. Okay, so now I'm just going to place it wherever I want, rub it in, and pull off. And then you just keep doing that with all of your different, now maybe they're all the same color like mine, or they're different colors, and you just do a whole rainbow of color blocked hearts. Totally your call. And I'll just kind of place those at different angles and attach them. Oops, rub really good. And there you go. You can create a whole little pattern to go with your tumbler. Yes, I've been using the same piece of transfer tape for all of this. You can really keep using it until it's no longer sticky. And then I just put it back on the backing to reuse it another time, or like the next time I go to craft something. So, all right. Somebody asked, where do you get the paper? The vinyl is all at Michael's. The transfer tape is also at Michael's. There's a whole vinyl section. I just went with these sheets of the Sizer PSV. So you can choose any of the colors. I mean, let me show you real quick, but they have so many colors. As you can see on the tumblers, it was really hard for me to choose, like, okay, I can only use 8, you know, which ones can I do? But as you can see, they have all the colors of the rainbow that you can choose from. And oh, I don't know where I just put that. I think it just got stuck to it. So I get that. Sorry, somebody just asked a question about the color changing tumblers. They are available at Michael's. So they have these 4 colors, green, blue, pinkish purple, and a white to pink. So let me do a front facing view. Okay, here. So these are the 4 colors that they have. I just swapped the lids. So this pink lid was over here, the white lid was over here, the blue was on this, but I swapped them so that they had even more color blocking. So we have like the color blocked hearts, the color blocked lid and tumbler, and then the tumblers change color when you add cold beverages to that as well. These are actually kind of already the colors that they changed to because it's really cold in my studio right now. So this one is white and it changes to this light pink, and this one is pink and it changes to this purple. So you can kind of see the color that it already would change to with that cold beverage. Let me see. Download a list of products that we need for the project. Yes, if you went, since you signed up for the class, you should have gotten an email with a link to the project bundle. So that Michael's put everything together that you need for this project in a little bundle that you can easily purchase. Also in stores, there is a whole project area that has the tumblers and the vinyl and everything that you need as well for the project. Easy to grab. Okay, so let me know if you have any other questions. And while you are typing questions that you might have, if you guys want to show your screen to me and share and show me your tumblers, I'd love to see your completed ones if you were able to make one during the class. Okay, somebody asked about hand washing. Yes, I would definitely hand wash these. I wouldn't put them in the dishwasher. I don't know if the tumblers are dishwasher safe on their own without the vinyl, but definitely once you add the vinyl, you're gonna wanna hand wash it. If you're using, okay, so there's another question about will it ever peel off? If it will, but it will ruin the vinyl. It won't just fall off the vinyl. It will stay on there through washing and everything. But if you really wanted to remove it, you could. It would just kind of ruin the vinyl. All right. Well, thank you guys. Let me see if anybody showed me the tumblers. I'm not really sure. Let me see again. I was answering questions and didn't look. Oh, there we go. There's a cute one. I like the heart within the heart, Maria. It's very cute. Nice. Luciana, oh, and you have a panda on the back. Oh, cutie. Like that, Kristen. Thank you guys for showing me your tumblers. I'm so glad that you were able to make them and craft along with me. Okay, don't forget that if some of the people said that they came in late, you can always rewatch this video at michaels.com /classes, as well as on their YouTube channel. It'll be posted usually tomorrow, the next day. The class will be there so you can rewatch it and kind of be reminded if you've forgotten a part or if you missed any of the class. So thank you so much for crafting with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful night and a good weekend. Goodbye.